Hi guys, I wanted to give a little bit more of a um, intro to the uh, Grundig S450DLX. I did a kind of an unboxing video earlier, but that doesn't tell you anything about the radio, so I thought I'd give you some of my preliminary thoughts on it. It's not an in-depth review by any stretch, so here's the radio. Um, of course, the cat has entered the room, so you'll hear him. What do I think of the radio? Well, I think it's a decent radio inside, but the ergonomics of it are definitely cheap. What I'm talking about here is things like the big tuning knob. Don't even try to use the finger hole to spin that. There's um, way too much dampening on that with grease or what have you. You can. There's a lot of friction there to even turn it with two fingers, and look at the play in that. Even if you could get enough torque on that to spin it, how long would that knob last? It's really on a cheap little mount there. Another, like these knobs, the amount of play in them, backlash, is incredible. So I go to the wide setting on the bandwidth. Look how much play there is in that knob without changing the setting. That's just not acceptable to me in a radio that is, one of their better models. So, to its credit, I think it receives pretty well. It's dual conversion, so there's, it's an improvement over the 350, and that there's probably a lot better image rejection. It's got, I think I like the sound of the 350 better that I hear on other YouTube videos. More rich, fuller sound. But this radio does have quite a bit on the top end. You can really boost the treble on this radio if you've got old ears that need a little help on the high end. There's plenty of treble to spare on this radio. I usually keep it to my ears. I keep it at about the 12 o'clock position, the bass on full, and that's a bit more pleasing to my ears. And then you can change the bandwidth to narrow or wide, and a lot of these timer buttons I have no use for. The S meter, I wish these shortwave radio manufacturers would get it in their heads that the people buying these want a real S meter. They want something that reads S1 to 9 and then 10, 20, 40 dB over. Please. Another thing, this radio doesn't show the time. Like, it's got two clocks in it or whatever, and it doesn't show the time when you're tuning in and actually using it. If I want to get the time, I have to turn it off. And so that's not quite ideal in my mind. You can get that in much smaller radios. You've got a big display, use it. Not too much else that I really want to bitch about here. It works. It works better than the little micro portables. I put it up against a G3 that I've got, and also up against a G8 Grundig, and it definitely picks up the stations better. One other thing I remember I don't like about it are these feet. If you want to rest this radio on your lap and play around with it, these feet really dig into your legs and it's not comfortable at all. Plastic bits on the bottom too. So anyway, would I buy it again? Well, for the price, I mean, it's not a multi-$100 radio, so perhaps I'm being a little bit harsh on it. But I'd rather actually pay a bit more and get something that feels like it's quality and I'm gonna hang on to for a while. So anyway, that's my initial take on it. I hope you guys find this helpful. Talk to you later.